Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the ChaddyTheChump channel, and today we're going to be talking about the surprisingly good show that Dana White put on Zuffa Boxing 7 in Bournemouth this past weekend. Wow, surprisingly good show. A lot of fights delivered, a lot of stoppages and knockouts, which of course do help a fight in terms of it being entertaining. But, you know, not every fight does need a knockout to be entertaining, but still, we saw a lot of them and a lot of action. So it was very good, and we're going to talk about the fights today. And we'll start off with the main event. Alright, so Chris Billam-Smith defeats Ryan Rizicki by stoppage round number 7. Well, the corner retires at the end of the round, and it is a Chris Billam-Smith victory, and one that was probably deserved in the end. A very action-packed main event, right? First of all, Rizicki, great chin. Jeez, that chin is granite. I think he took about 5 to 10 shots flush at some points in that fight, and he was still standing, and in the end it's the corner who decides to stop the fight at the end of the round. Which, fair enough, to be fair, because he was losing and it would have only gotten worse for him. Decent performance from Billam-Smith, digging in deep and getting the victory in a very entertaining way, for sure. Who's next for Billam-Smith? Of course, there's talk of Vidal Riley. You know, some have been speaking about possibly Jai Optaia, since, you know, you've got both of them on the Zuffa boxing roster. But of course, we can always see other fights, right, which doesn't include Zuffa boxing fighters fighting on Zuffa boxing. Of course, you would hope so, right? You would hope that they sort of work with other promotions. But good win for Billam-Smith, and he'll possibly be gunning for a world title. And of course, Rizicki has gotten some, you know, credibility from this fight. Entertaining fighter, so he'll probably get a fight in the future as well. Now let's talk about a very entertaining, interesting co-main event that featured Jack Massey versus Chev Clark. Wow, was that unexpected, right? Jack Massey doing well during the fight, and about midway through or so, he has Clark so hurt, and I'm like, yeah, it's over. One more big shot and Chev Clark's gone. He's wobbling around, he's stumbling, he goes down twice, the ref doesn't stop it. Chev Clark makes it to the end of the round, but he's stumbling to his corner. I'm like, this fight is over. He comes a bit back into the fight, and then near the end, he manages to stop Jack Massey. Wow, what a performance. I wrote Chev Clark off before the fight and during the middle, when he was pretty much gone on his feet. So yeah, congratulations Chev Clark, what a performance, to come back in that way. Very, very impressive. Who next? Who knows? You know, another cruiserweight fighter lost to Vidal Riley. I still don't believe that he's, you know, at a world level. More of a British level sort of fighter. Who knows what we'll see of him, but it was a good performance. He'll probably fight on Zuffa again, so I guess we will find out about that. Some other good performances on the undercard: Steve McKenna getting the win, Lee Cutler Sam Hickey with an unbelievable knockout on that undercard. So, you know, Zuffa sort of building fighters, and this fight night was very good. I mean, every fighter just came to, you know, have an absolute blast and have an entertaining fight. And that's what you want from boxing shows. That is what you want. And this delivered. And before this fight night, I was saying I'm not really looking forward to it. But we watched it, and oh my, it was so rewarding. So, great first show by Zuffa Boxing and Dana White. They're back in Dublin on August the 8th. They've got a good double header which features Aaron McKenna and Callum Walsh. Aaron McKenna fight for the IBF vacant world title. So let's hope that Zuffa continue to have world title fights that and the Zuffa belt, basically, because that's sort of the only thing that's kind of ruining their promotion right now. So let's hope we see them work with the 4 governing bodies, or at least, you know, 1, 2, 3 of them. Maybe not the WBC. That's kind of the one that they're against the most. But yeah, good show by Zuffa. Keep it going. Josh Padley got the win as well at the weekend on the Matchroom show. Didn't watch that, chose Zuffa over it, and yeah, but the Matchroom show, of course, got very much butchered. It probably would have been a bit better if there weren't so many pullouts. But thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.